Okay, everyone, this one's an odd one. It's about the Sodder family. Um, on Christmas Eve, 1945, the Sodder family had an unexplained and unimaginable thing happen. Now, they have 10 children total. One of them is away in the army, which is the oldest one. The mom said she had trouble sleeping that night, and unfortunately, she had multiple things happen: phone calls, noises, all kinds of stuff, unexplained. Then the final time that she awoke was around 12:30 that night when their house was filled with smoke. Now, her and her husband George got 4 of the 9 children that were left in the home on Christmas Eve out. Now, when they got out of the house, they were trying to get back in to get their other 5 children. Now, unfortunately, they couldn't. Well, they called the fire department, which was only 2 miles down the road from their home, and didn't get an answer. So, as they're still trying to go into the house to recover their other children, the smoke and everything was too bad, and they didn't ever make it. Now, at around 8:30 the following morning, they went in, and the fire department, police saw them finally show up that following morning. They go in to look for victims or the remains of these children, and they do not find none. Now, they did do some investigation, but they said that there was only like one tiny human bone that was found, but they assumed that it was due to like something like a remodel or some sand or something. It was mixed in by a mistake or something. Real odd that the dad was doing to the house at the time. Now, um, after the firemen and the police came and they did the search and couldn't find it, the mother was like, "How did y'all not find my children?" And they said, "Well, see, they weren't in there at all, or they weren't found because the fire was not as hot and was not hot enough to cremate anyone or human remains." Now, the mother couldn't believe it, neither could the dad at first. The dad was just not sure and didn't really want to believe anything that was being said. Now, the mom was like, after a while, she started beginning to think that the children weren't in the house at the time of the fire in the first place. So, the night of the fire, witnesses had claimed, though, that there were, how do I say this? Like the children were saw in a vehicle, which ended up not panning out, or they were seen in another town over, which that didn't pan out. Which these sightings kept coming in, but anytime that anything was searched or looked upon, or nothing ever came about it. Now, I find it odd that if they didn't find anything, any kind of remains, where were they? Now, the other thing that I was trying to figure out is the dad at one point had said that there was this insurance adjuster that had came to the house, and he was talking about how uh, their house was going to burn down, and how, talking bad and like threatening them at one point. So I thought, well, maybe he had done something to the house or whatever. And then the firemen started doing their investigation pretty much on like how the fire started in the first place, which they said it was faulty wiring. But the father said there was nothing wrong with their wiring at all, and there was never any kind of sign of anything bad happening ever, like in the walls or wire wise, whatever. Now, uh, the following, like throughout the years, people started wondering, did the police and the firemen make a mistake? Did the children actually perish in that home? Did someone kidnap the kids and set the house on fire to cover it up? Uh, did, you know, following the children missing, the father did set up like this memorial for the kids to try to like move on past this whole situation. The mom, though, she never really got over it. And she wore black and nothing but black up until the day of her death, as well as had a poster, like a one of those billboards on the side of the road that had her kids' pictures on it, still trying to get answers or trying to have somebody come forward or not let their kids get pushed to the back burner. Now, of course, still to that day, nothing ever came up. She passed in 1989, and her youngest daughter, Sylvia, and her grandchildren to this day are still continuing to try to, how do I put this, like find out what happened to her siblings since her mother never found out. Now, I want to know, do you believe that the firemen made a mistake? That the kids were never in the house to begin with, they were somewhere else, or that possibly somebody had taken them? Do you think that somebody took them and set the fire to cover their tracks, and that way nobody come looking for them? Or do you think it was something completely different? Do you think they ended up passing away in that house? Let me know your thoughts on this one. I just thought this one was kind of cool. It was different, and I just kind of wanted to like go through this one because I don't know exactly what I believe in this case. I believe that if they were in the house, some remains of theirs would have been found. And since it was not, or they were not, where were they? Did none of the other kids see them leave? Did none of the other kids see them get taken? Why weren't they all taken? Um, because these were the older kids, I assume, of this family that were actually missing. So there would have been some sign you would think of them trying to get out, or that they could have gotten out because of them being older kids, whether they had to go through windows or whatever. So I want to know your thoughts. Let me hear what you have to say. Okay, y'all have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed.